you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to The Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and welcome back to the Songwriter Show on Reality Radio 101. I'm your humble host, Sarantos, a solo music artist who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember. Words just mean everything to me, and that's why I love hosting this show for you every single Tuesday evening. I believe that every song is a very important story. Tonight, I'm so excited to have on the show Greg Amici. He's a rock and alternative singer-songwriter known for sharp, literary lyricism and darkly comic storytelling. He's a Colombian-educated writer and third-degree black belt, so don't mess with him.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Greg. How are you, man?
Hey, Sarantos, how are you? I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you, man. So Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I remember when I was first watching, like the Ultimate Fighting stuff, and there's some Jiu-Jitsu guy, he was kind of skinnier, and he'd always take down these huge guys, the pressure points on the joints and all that kind of stuff. So I remember that, man. So I'm not going to mess with you, dude.
Oh, come on. That was Royce Gracie, and he's a cousin of the guy I started training with, who's Renzo Gracie. He's New York based.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fortunately for me, I started at the time when all those guys it was right after that point where all the guys who were teaching me wound up becoming UFC fighters, and my personal coach became a Hall of Famer. So it was a good time to be doing it.
That's awesome. All right, well, let's talk about your music, man. What got you doing this crazy thing we're all doing here, making music for the world?
Well, when I was a teenager, I had a band, and we, didn't have the discipline to really go very far, and we weren't that good, frankly. Then I had a better band when I was in my 20s, and, the business of show was not easy then either. I started doing a lot of singer-songwriting events myself when I just started playing a lot more guitar, singer-songwriting stuff in the 90s. And I got good feedback on all that, and I started doing acoustic gigs, and I added some players, and then finally I had a band called Big Honey. And we pretty much ended up in 2003, I believe it was, the year we did the CMJ Music Festival. So that was it, then the 16-year hiatus, and then starting all over again.
Yeah. What would you say is your instrument of torture? What do you love to, whether it's your voice, whether it's a guitar, whatever it is, what is it?
Well, I study both to improve on them. My vocals become more consistent, and that took some work. Don't want any pitch problems if I can avoid them. So that I worry about, but the guitar playing is more difficult for me because I'm a rhythm guitar player, but I've always found it difficult to do anything intricate, even with picking while singing at the same time. And a lot of times when I'm with a full band, I don't play guitar, but I would say of all the obstacles I had to overcome as a musician, it was being comfortable playing guitar and singing without playing the wrong chords half the time.
Do you have any favorite musicians or groups that you want to give a shout out to?
Well, XTC, Elvis Costello, of course, the 70s and 60s, the Beatles, Stones, and the Who was my favorite growing up. Doors, all those classic rock guys, and then, like I said, some 80s bands, XTC. I'm trying to think of 90s stuff. I wasn't so much into the whole grunge thing. There have been isolated bands over the years. Patti Smith I love. Also, I like people who were, affiliated with me, like Patti Smith and the Bongos. I work with her bass player, and the Bongos are a favorite band of mine, and he's my producer. So I seem to gravitate towards people I like musically. I want to gravitate towards them professionally in some way.
Tell us about your songwriting process. How does it work for you?
Music almost always first. And different fragments of it can come in a dream for, in a couple of cases. But a lot of times I get it in my head. I record maybe the chorus idea. Then I start building the track from there, or whatever might be the verse melody. Build it, make sure I have at least I attempt to have a bridge. I'd like to have a coda, and I'd like to have an intro. At least I aim for that. And if not, then that's all right. So that's what I start with. And then the lyrics are along a long-term proposition for me for the most part. I really am cautious about, I feel when the music is there, it's there. But with lyrics, I've got to make sure they're right. So that could be anywhere from a week to 20 years.
Were you influenced by any old records or vinyl or anything?
Yeah, of course. Again, all those great bands, the Beatles, the Who, and the Stones. I know when we did this album, Jim asked me if there was Jim Master, the producer, asked me if there was a particular album I liked the feel of when we were going into it, and I said Patti Smith, Horses. Patti Smith was that quality of her music, just kind of the whole groove and the production were really good. So that would be an example.
How often do you practice? Is it a regular thing for you, or is it just kind of you're an old pro now and you don't practice as much as you used to?
No, I practice more than ever because, I wasn't so concerned in the old days about being a really good guitar player or really good as I can be. So now I practice diligently. I had this hospital thing that took me away from it for about a month, so I'm a little rusty. But as of this week, I'm starting up again, and I try to get at least an hour of practice in a day. And then I have my songs to practice. So I do a lot I don't like going into places and playing if I don't know what I'm doing or recording or anything like that. So I'm very diligent with practice.
So you don't like being like most people that just do whatever they want?
I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that guys I know can just kind of come on. I mean, if you're doing a blues jam or something, I guess that's not so hard. But I have to at least feel that I'm prepared. It's like when you're taking an exam in college. If you did the work, it doesn't come out right. All right. But I want to make sure I did the work.
Yeah, I hear you. So how do you figure out if a song that you wrote is going to make it out into the world or if it's just going to stay on your hard drive?
Yeah, I guess it's because I forced the issue. I decided to invest a lot of not only time, but a decent amount of money into this last project. And so I make sure I have a team behind me to be able to promote it. I have, I'm obviously on all social media, but I also have a social media person who takes care of that because that's not really my forte. So I force the issue. I try to follow up with anything I can in terms of playing out, in terms of I try to get sync licensing things going. So, yeah, I would say, does that answer that question?
Yeah, that's all right, man. Listen, it's we ad lib it here, man. I don't practice at all. I don't rehearse. I just do what I want and throw the show together. So it's okay, man.
Yeah.
If we confuse the fans, that's fine. That's their problem, right?
Yeah, no, for this, I'm very comfortable. I don't really, I can go off the cuff with this because I act, so I know how to improv.
Yeah, no worries, man. Tell us about the song we're going to hear. What inspired it?
On this particular song?
Yeah, the one that we're going to listen to.
Girl Next Door. Around the turn of the century, I wrote a proposed sitcom, which almost got optioned, but didn't. And I also wrote the music for it. And it was about sort of an aging musician and a young executive who wanted to be a big executive. And so she finds this guy who's nobody's really interested in anymore. And she has faith in him and wants to help out his career. So that was the premise of the show. And as I said, that didn't get done, but the song did. And I was very happy with how the song wound up, coming out. And the girl actually was, she was my friend is Matt Pinfield. He had a girl who worked for him, and I kind of followed how she behaved, and her ambition sort of combined with her politeness and cheeriness. And so that's what inspired it. And then from there, I fictionalized things.
All right, I'll tell you what, let's take a listen and we'll come back and talk some more, okay?
Great, thanks.
All right, everybody, check this out. Here we go.
A toothless cur, all piss and vinegar. Just ask around. I'm not the nicest fella in this town, but I think Lucy's gonna change me. All of the goodwill I've been saving goes to my girl next door. She raises me. I could not see what I had next to me. She'd known it all, witnessed the rise, the struggle, and the fall. But I think knows the devil with a healthy kiss. I try to bite. I can't break skin if I'm within her sight. So I think Lucy's gonna change me. All of the goodwill I have been saving goes to my girl next door. She raises me.
So looking at your bio, it seems like you stepped away from music for a little bit. What pulled you back?
I had an opportunity. I was acting in had a small role in a movie called Black Jack, the Jackie Ryan story. And I knew the director because he knew me as a writer. I convinced him to let me audition for a part. That went well. And then I asked him to give me a shot at writing music for it. So I wrote a song called Spin That Ball and got it recorded. And then another one of the characters was named Jennifer. So I had covered a version of Burt Summers, his Woodstock version of Jennifer. So I had 2 songs to go with, and I recorded them. And I was so happy with the way it went that I just said, I'm not stopping now. So we wound up getting, 26, 28 songs, which we wouldn't have done probably if it weren't for COVID, because these guys are in demand. And it was during COVID that most of this was recorded because they had opportunity, and I had opportunity, and seized the day, I guess.
What would you tell someone who feels it's too late to pursue their dream of music?
I'd be hesitant to look at it as anything but a reality. I mean, dreaming and envisioning stuff isn't as good as just getting down, Brett, being a craftsman, doing it. And then if you're going to be satisfied with the outcome yourself, that's enough. I mean, I don't care if I have 20 people who like my stuff or 3 or 20,000. I mean, it just doesn't matter to me. You have to have that kind, especially when you're, when you have to reach that point in your life where you're really not worried about making it. You're just worried about making great stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice. Be sincere to your material. Be honest with yourself, and don't sit around thinking too much. Just do.
What's the strangest place or situation where inspiration has struck you for one of your songs?
Probably it's on the next album. It's called "You Made the Headlines," and that was in a dream. I hear about people doing that, and I guess that's kind of like not that original. But I actually, this line kept up coming during the dream called "You Made the Headlines." You made the headlines. You made the, and so I wound up taking that and turning it into a song idea. And I can't wait till that album comes out because it's really, I think, caught an era when well, it's for another story for another day. But I that was probably the strangest. I'm sure that's not even strange. I'm sure I could think about some very probably unpleasant relationship things. I remember one of the songs I wrote was it was based on somebody like a friend of mine stealing my girlfriend kind of stuff, and it outraged me so much it went to about 5 or 6 different songs. So I don't know if that's strange, but that's the kind of stuff that would I get obsessed with doing something with the emotions and turn it into a song. So the dream. That's the kind of stuff. I can't think there was no like a bar fight or anything like that inspired me.
Speaking of bar fights, and since you're like a jiu-jitsu expert, who do you think would win a fight between me and, let's say, like Batman?
Batman?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on which Batman you're talking about. I mean, I'm sure you could kick the asses of some of those guys. They weren't looking all that formidable over the years. And the original guy, Adam West, wasn't in the greatest shape in the world. I don't think he made it.
You think I could take out Adam West?
I'll take you against about 6 out of 9 of them or whatever they were.
Now, hold on. Could I take out Adam West when he was like in his 60s? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think you probably earlier than that. He did not look like he did a lot of working out or training. Also, I don't ever call myself an expert. I'm a guy who's always a student, even though I've gotten pretty far. The experts, I'm still waiting to just learn more from them.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. It's all in good jest, man. Tell us, where can people find your stuff, buy it, stream it, whatever they want to do to it?
It's always good to start out at my website, which is gregamici.com, and that has, the link tree to everything. YouTube, I have a lot of videos on YouTube, including the song that we played tonight. I'm all over everywhere pretty much everyone else is now. So I would just say, start out with my thing. You see the link tree, go to gregamici.com, you see the link tree, and check out whatever particular sites you like to go to, Spotify, everything. It's on everything pretty much.
Is there something that you got coming out for the fans that you want to give us a sneak peek into?
Well, I had something that was great. I had a really good gig coming up until, unfortunately, I got injured. So now, which is interesting because the problem, I hate to kind of twist it into this, but the problem right now is I don't have that goal yet. So I have a couple of people that are interested in having me play for them. I just have to figure out when I'm going to be healthy enough to do it again because I have 2 torn quadriceps. I can't get around too much. So I would say just future gigs are going to be interesting, really good places with really quality people. But I'll have more on that when I know if I can walk to the stage or not.
Walking's overrated.
Yeah, so I get carried out there
or you could just call Batman or Superman to help you.
I have to call one that actually has some muscles, though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, that's right. All right, man. Last question. If your music was a drink, which drink would it be and why?
Bloody Mary. And it's because there's now some of the stories are darker and even when they're not, they're still sardonic. I would say that's pretty good. I think that the idea that also it's been that kind of struggle, it's been a fight my whole life to get this done, that kind of dovetails into it as well. So I would say Bloody Mary would be the place where I put my songs if I had to put them in a glass.
All right, man. I want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight, dude. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarantos. Much appreciated.
You're welcome. And to all the fans out there, thank you for tolerating this testosterone-filled episode with the two of us. And we hope your unique story gets heard around the world, too. To all the listeners, we hope we've inspired you to explore your own stories through music. Have a wonderful Tuesday evening. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And please join us every Tuesday evening on Reality Radio 101. Until then, please keep creating and sharing because every single story deserves to be heard. I love you all.
She comes in darkness on broad daylight. Doesn't really matter, cause it never feels right. Each time a new mask, I let her back in, like a trusted old friend. And I'm stuck in passing. Once bitten out of control, infected my immortal soul, drowning in a black hole. How low can I go? The clock moves so slowly, mind heavy and insane. As we play this deadly game, it hits me, I am the prey. Every kiss a curse of light. Don't care cause I just need a hit. I just really need a jump start. So I take a syringe of adrenaline straight to my heart. All that's left of me, with each siren I ignore, is a shell full of scars, lonely and wanting more. All I can do is pretend I'm not worried. I try hard to act so cool, though I'm not worthy. him I am also drowning in a black hole. How low can I go? The clock moves so slowly, mind heavy and insane. As we play this deadly game, it hits me, I am the prey. Every kiss a curse of light. Don't care cause I just need a hit. I just really need a jump start. So I'll take that syringe of adrenaline straight to my heart. Don't wait until it's too late. Every Ferris wheel stops turning. Every love has an expiration date. Wreckage will take years to fix. Night's all but over. I crave the rush again. I'm barely sober. Maybe find myself some time in the same damn place. Real soon tonight. Play the same damn game. The clock moves so slowly, mind heavy and insane. As we play this deadly game, it hits me, I am the prey. Every kiss a curse of life. No cares, I just need a hit. I just really need a jump start. So I'll take a syringe of adrenaline straight to my heart. Straight to my heart. Straight to my heart. Straight to my heart.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.